If you thought the LG Optimus G Pro and Samsung Galaxy Note 2 were huge, you are going to want to sit down, my friend, because I've got a phone in my hands that makes those look small. I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com. This is the Samsung Galaxy Mega with a 6.3-inch display. Let's take a look in the full unboxing. If you love those big phones, Samsung is pushing the boundaries yet again with the Samsung Galaxy Mega. Now, this thing's not available in the United States just yet, but this one's a Latin America version, but you can pick it up through online specialty retailers, and they'll either give you some sort of UK version or EU version or LAT version, which is what this is. Speaking of, want to thank Negri Electronics for giving us this device or hooking us up with a review unit. Negri Electronics are great to work with. I'm so appreciative of our partnership, and they have the Galaxy Megas in stock. So if you want to get one, go to negrielectronics.com. But this is the Samsung Galaxy Mega taking the Note 2 and making it look like a tiny little smartphone, because this has a 6.3-inch display. Now, my Spanish is a little bit rough, but Samsung Galaxy Mega, si inteligente vive o la grande. I believe roughly translated that means I don't always like big phones. But when I don't always like gargantuan phones, but when I do, I prefer them to be Samsung, I think is what that means, roughly translated. But here's the box. This is an 8GB version, which may be a little bit small for some people's taste. We'll take a look and see how much of that is dedicated to user space and how much of that is dedicated to TouchWiz. But on the back, specifications include a procesador, 1.7 gigahertz dual-core processor, 8-megapixel camera, 1.9-megapixel front-facing camera. Other specifications include, and I should say with the 8-megapixel camera, of course, 1080p HD video recording. It's got Android 4.2.2 with TouchWiz. The display, 6.3-inch display, 720 by 1280 pixels with 233 ppi on this device. And then battery-wise, we'll take it out of the box and take a look and see how large it is, because quite frankly I can't remember. I want to say it's 3,200 milliamp hour battery in this device, but I could be wrong. And then of course, let's see, micro USB, GPS plus GLONASS. I don't really know what GLONASS is, I can't remember. Edge, GPRS, and then over here, tenga espacio suficiente para todo lo que necesite, which roughly translated means I like big phones and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. And when the Samsung Galaxy Mega walks in with an itty bitty waist and round curves in your face, you get very excited, is what that means, roughly translated. See, my Spanish isn't as bad as I thought it was. Samsung Galaxy Mega on the side. Let's open the sucker up. I have my handy dandy unboxing knife, and let's get to the meat of it and see, boom, what comes in the box. While I'm unboxing this, special thanks to our partners at Best Buy Mobile as well, because they don't give us unlocked devices, but they give us carrier devices for use in our One Paul Bandit giveaway game at instantwin.phonedog.com. When you go into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. They'll help you get up your email, your web, your browser set up, your camera settings all good to go. So when you walk out the door, you don't have to waste your time doing that stuff. You can just get into the meat of the phone and play with it, because that's what you want to do, right? I thought so. Holy crap, this is a huge phone. Here's the Samsung Galaxy Mega. This is a tablet. Good Lord. And then you got this over here, a dual-core 1.7 gigahertz processor, all the specs in the front, Galaxy Mega. Very rarely am I actually shocked, but this thing is huge in the hand. And all the YouTubers go, hee hee, huge in the hand, huge in the hand. And then over here, got Guia del Inicio Rapido, quick start guide. And then you got a 4GB SanDisk micro SD card. You got the adapter as well, provided by Samsung. Headset, which actually, let's see if this is the nicer headset. No, this looks to be the lower cost version of the headset. Galaxy S4 came with a pretty nice pair of earbuds, and I've been using those to work out with, which I've been pretty impressed with. It does have the higher capacity USB cable, and or I should say AC adapter module, and then of course a white USB cable down in the box as well, and some tips so you can customize those earbuds and make them fit your ears. Whether you got tiny ears or big ears, you can get that all set up where it'll fit your needs. And I cannot get the battery out of this box. This might go down in history as my favorite unboxing ever. Let's see what we can do here. And this is how Aaron broke the box on camera. Woot, woot. And then, man, this is a big phone. 3,200 milliamp hour battery, I was correct. On the battery, go ahead and throw it in the back. This is in the black color, which looks very similar to the Galaxy S4's black color. Black mist, if you will, is what it looks like. Or maybe it's a blue. Double check. But typical scheme here with the power button on the side, and then you've got your home button down here, capacitive buttons, which I believe they're reversed though. We'll take a look at that. And then you've got your volume rocker on the left side, 3.5mm headphone jack up top, and micro USB charging port down at the bottom. So from a design scheme, very similar to typical Samsung stuff, and it's got that back that's a little bit glossy and kind of a texture. It's not texturized, I should say, but the cover looks like a texturized cover, even though it is not. We'll go ahead and throw a SIM card in here, micro SIM card down in there, and let's see, it looks like it goes in that way. Bam, there we go. Throw the battery in. One thing I will say, it's a very thin and light phone. So at least it's gigantic, it's a massive phone, but at least it's got the thin and light thing going for it. Samsung logo on the back, camera on the back. Now from a specs perspective, this is a decidedly mid-range phone. So it's got specifications-wise a dual-core processor instead of a quad-core processor. It does have a 6.3-inch display, but it's only 720 by 1280. So display size or display resolution a little bit lower. 8-megapixel camera instead of 13. And let's go ahead and let this thing power up so you can take a look at it from startup onwards. You got your notification light up there at the top, front-facing camera, Samsung powering up. This is a huge phone. Compare this to the Galaxy S4, which I actually just happen to have one laying on my desk. And it's a big phone by any stretch of the imagination with a 5-inch display. So take a look at the size difference between it and the Galaxy Mega right there. And then take a look, for example, between the Optimus G Pro and the Galaxy Mega, just taking pictures here, taking comparisons with the devices that I actually have on my desk. So you can see the Optimus G Pro in comparison. That's what it looks like. Lit up. And then we are ready to go. English, United States, heck yeah. Looks like AT&T is already running here. Go ahead and turn off Wi-Fi. We don't need Wi-Fi. HSPA Plus, I agree. I agree to Samsung's terms. And we'll go ahead and skip that. And you can see over here, I guess the buttons that we see in press images are a little bit wrong because you've got your menu button down here, you've got your back button. They're in the typical configuration. I originally thought that the back button was on this side of the menu button. I thought they pulled an LG and flipped them around, but they did not. I'm going to do all this stuff later because I want to get into the meat of the phone and show you how this massive phone performs. This keyboard is huge. Take a look at this. Let's see if we can get into landscape mode. There you go. Port to landscape, a little bit of a lag there, just a tiny bit of a lag. Now granted, we're still in the setup process, so take that with a grain of salt, but this is a huge phone. 6.3-inch display here. This is right up here with a 7-inch display that we see on tablets. So it's a big phone. I can't wrap my hands around it. That's as far as I can get. I have pretty long, kind of skinny fingers, and that's as far as I can get around this phone. So keep that in mind. If you like big phones, but you don't want them to be too big, this may be pushing it for a lot of people, but still, hey, it's a market segment that Samsung hadn't reached up until this point. So got S-Beam, AirView, Smart State, Easy Mode, Adapt Display. We'll take a look. Galaxy Mega, and it is a Mega device. That is for sure. Faux show. We'll take a look here and see the TouchWiz version that comes with it. You can see all the new icons as well, the new widgets. So right up there with the Galaxy S4 in terms of overall look and feel. This is not taking it back to the Galaxy Note 2, for example. You can see it's got the newer widgets right there. And then of course it's Android 4.2.2. So much like the Galaxy S4, you do have the ability to come up here and move around your quick access buttons. So for example, airplane mode, very important to me because I'm constantly traveling and I did that wrong. Go into edit mode and move airplane mode up here to the left of Wi-Fi because it's more important. And now it is right up there at the very front. You got your display settings as well here. So again, very similar to the Galaxy S4, just a far larger AT&T network ID down there in the bottom in the notification area. And then in messaging, looks like a similar setup here. Let's take a look at some of the customizations. And we'll go down here and take a look at the bubbles. Again, very similar, almost identical to the TouchWiz build that is on the Galaxy S4. Background styles, very similar across the board as well. And then we'll go back and take a look at the keyboard because I want to put it through a typing test. Put it through a typing test. So easy to type on, obviously, because it's a gargantuan display, but portrait to landscape mode, there's how quickly it transitions, so you can take a look at that and see for your personal needs if that's fast enough. And then you got the Samsung keyboard we're running here. We'll take a look at the settings, go into input methods, and I want to take a look and see if it has the ability predictive text. Go ahead and enable that. And then I'm going to do auto replacement. So on the international versions, it does have auto replacement in most of the keyboards. So for predictive text, my issue that I struggle with predictive text is now I can say, hey, and for example, let's say I say HET, it'll autocorrect to her, but as you can see, oftentimes, if you're a fast typer, it doesn't keep up. I've seen this with the international Galaxy S4 as well. It does not keep up with the overall typing. Overall though, apps, widgets, very similar to what we've seen on previous devices. Let's load up a quick web browser sample, phonedog.com. And there's phonedog.com all loaded up with HSPA Plus connectivity that at least fluctuates between HSPA and HSPA Plus on AT&T. I did not have to do any APN changes or anything, at least on the Latin America version. It came out of the box just like this. Last but not least, let's see how much space is available. Now there is a 4GB micro SD card that comes out of the box, but I want to see just right out of the box on the internal storage what we've got available here. Total space, 4.78 gigabytes. So out of the 8 gigabytes, about half of that is available for your pictures, your applications, and more, though you do have that micro SD card slot. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for continuing coverage of the Samsung Galaxy Mega. I'm on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron, and I would love to hear any questions, comments, thoughts you have about this device, any comparisons you would like to see right there. Twitter, Facebook, Facebook.com/HiAaronBaker, Google+, G+.to/PhoneDog. Hit me up at any of those social networking mediums, and I would love to opportunity respond to you. Thanks for watching. Keep it locked on the site for continuing coverage of Samsung's huge smartphone, the Galaxy Mega. I'll see you next time.